always kind of hard to do, but I'm going to give you a principle and then I'm going to sort of illustrate it, okay? The principle is when you're up in front of a group of people, you still want to feel like you're having a conversation. So the tricky thing is, what that happens to us is, they call it speech mode. You take somebody who's like totally interesting and totally, you know, like warm and connected to people and everything, and then you're like, okay, go give a speech. So they come and they're like, oh, that's so cool, and they come up here and they're like, hello, I'm gonna give a speech today, and here's my bullet points, you know, and like all of the personality goes away from them, and you've probably seen that happen, right? Because we think that's what we're supposed to do when we're a speaker. But especially these days, we don't want that anymore as audience members. We want real people. So here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna give you the principle and then I'll try and illustrate it a little bit. The principle is that when you are speaking, again, you're still having a conversation with your audience. It's just that you're having a conversation with like, what, like, sorry, 15 of you or something? 15 rather than 1. But it's still, I'm still me having a conversation, ideally, right? And I know that's easier said than done. But here's how you can practice, and I don't know if you'll be able to practice it, but think about it in this way. So imagine that like you are just coming into class, right? And you two are, you're standing there because you haven't sat down yet, right? And you're just talking. Are you working on the talk together?
No.
Okay, you just happen to be sitting, okay. But anyway, you're like, so how's it going? How was your weekend? Blah, 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 right? And they're standing there talking. If we were able to film them without them seeing us, we would get like close to their real comfortable personalities and real comfortable body language, okay? And then if you two were talking and then maybe somebody else comes and sits down and you're still standing up, but you're like, hey, how's it going? So you're still you, right? And then a few more people come, right? And actually, I'll pretend that I'm you because now I'm standing here talking to you guys, right? So we're still just having a conversation with 2 people, right? Does that make sense? Okay, cool. That's awesome. You know, I'm really glad you had such a good weekend. Where'd you eat? What'd you do? Did you get enough sleep? All that stuff. And then I kind of go, oh, hey, you guys are here too. Awesome. This is great. How was your weekend? Did you have a really good time? Yeah? Okay, good. That's great. Oh, wow, you guys are here too. So it's just this real slow, and let me illustrate another point. Does that make sense so far?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just like happen to keep noticing, oh my God, you guys are here too. This is great. Now we can start class. Isn't this awesome? But it's me being the same person, or at least close to the same person. There's a little thing that happens, which is an important thing to notice. I try to keep as much of my same personality. I mean, you get a little bit more professional. So this is not saying that's like you're like, hey bro, kind of whatever talk it is that you dudes do these days. It's a little bit more professional, right? But it's still you. And it's still that same body language, still comfortable, you know, like comfortable in your own skin. And what was I going to say? And yet, here's an interesting thing that happens. And we're going to have to just imagine it because it's hard to illustrate because this isn't real. That if it was just you and me talking, right, and my voice would probably be pretty, it would be quieter if nobody else was in here. And if I was gesturing to you, it'd be like real small, right? You know, how's it going? You know, wow, what do you think about that? And then if it's the 2 of you, then my body, I don't know if you noticed my feet came just a little bit more apart when I noticed you too. And all of a sudden, my gestures aren't just to you, they're to the 2 of you. Can you see that? Okay. And then, oh wow, you guys too? Okay. My foot just came this way, so that I'm not doing this on purpose, by the way, I'm just noticing. So I have a foot pointing at you and a foot pointing at you. And that's not saying that's a rule, but I'm saying my body just opened that much so that I could talk to all of you guys. Does that make sense? And what are my hands doing now? They're that far apart. Because I have you on this side and you on this side. And from my line of sight, I'm including all of you. Does that work?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then, whoa, and you guys too. Oh wow, check it out. Are we gonna have class or what? So I'm still open on this side, notice, right? I still have my hand over here. So I'm still including you, but I'm all the way over to you too. And then the same thing happens here. foot came all the way around. You see how that happened? It's not that I get huge, I don't get like that big, because that would be a little scary. But it's the openness. So I don't turn around, I don't turn from anybody. I stay here, grounded, so I'm still including you, at least sometimes, and then I go all the way around to you. And so my shoulders have to be way open, so that my hands can then be open that far.